Again, if you look at the date of the Port Arthur massacre, it fits into this the ritual timeline of the season of sacrifice, just before the Beltane on May 1st, and they love doing these mass slaughter events. And this was Port Arthur was done around almost the exact same time that they did the one in Scotland. What was it called? The Dunblane massacre, and it was the exact same response as they did in Dunblane. And obviously, without Australia having a Bill of Rights, and you know, like America does with the protection of the Second Amendment, that it was quite easy to grab the guns here in Australia, and it really was a bit of a test run for what they were going to do in other countries. And false flags changed a lot over the years since then, because Port Arthur was 100% real victims. People were fucking slaughtered. And what happened with things like Port Arthur and you know, even like Waco and you know, Dunblane and Columbine and eventually 9/11, was these are real victims, and real victims have real families, and most importantly, real mothers that lose children. And these people don't fucking stop when they find out the fucking truth. And it became more apparent to the controllers that it's much easier to have fake victims than real victims, and just to control the whole thing. And that is the mindset of the Satanists. They control every aspect, and it's much easier to have fake victims, which they started doing around the time of Boston bombing. Is when they really started I'm not saying they're all fake, they do a bit of a mixture of fake and real.
Because they haven't succeeded in getting the guns out of the hands of the American people, nor have they succeeded in taking our freedoms away. In fact, there's been a great awakening in this country, and a big backlash against these Marxist, communist, puke-faced, lying, subversive, Nazi, jackbooted Gestapo thugs that is gaining momentum.
A sick dynasty there. We had Bush and fucking Blair and John Howard, and they George Bush Jr. praised John Howard. He said, my great friend John.
Prime Minister John Howard is a leader of exceptional courage, who exemplifies the finest qualities of one of the world's greatest democracies. Proud to call him friend. Somebody said, don't you and John Howard appear to be so close, don't you have any differences? And I said, yeah, he doesn't have any hair.
All Americans that are listening tonight, a warning. And do not give up your Second Amendment. Under no circumstances let them take your guns. Absolutely not. You'll be disempowered and you'll become like us. We're prisoners in an open gulag at the moment, subjugated by a governor, a premier we call them here, but governor for you, who's just gone off the reservation, totally rogue,